issue. Oh, okay. So, after a technical issue with regards to the lights not going out on the second attempt of a start, we are going to get back underway with the DD2 and DD2 Masters pre-final. So Maxime Dedix and Tom Bracken make it an all-Belgian front row. Nicolas Picot and Enzo Bol will be on row 2. And they are both the respective points leaders in the championship for DD2 Masters and DD2 respectively. Morgan Riche makes a return in the 569. He's on the inside of Nicolas Guillaume in the 444. Carl and Yori Clebo, that's father and son, on row number 4 with Dominic Hummels and Ronald Billings making a return to the championship. That rounds out the 10-strong grid. Jamie Billings, unfortunately, not starting. So 13 minutes on the timer for DD2 and DD2 Masters. Maxime Dedix looking to get himself a little bit further up and look to contest for the title at the final round at Karting Genk in the opening weekend of October this year. Drivers slowly crawl their way through the last turn here at Racing Kart JPR and Austriacor. Revs rise. Are we ready? Are we steady? Lights are out first time. They are into turn number 1. Someone goes a little bit wide. Maxime Dedix leads the way second. It is Nicolas Picot, but probably for not much longer as Tom Bracken looking towards the inside through into turn 3. Can't get the job done. I think that was Enzo Bol that was running a bit slow coming out of turn 1. Morgan Riche up into 4th place. 5th is Nicolas Guillaume. Enzo Bol looks to be... Enzo Bol is at the back of the field at the moment, behind Ronald Billings. They're all line astern. It's like a game of Snake on a Nokia 3210, if anyone might remember when those phones came out. That was the game he got with it, as there goes Nicolas Picot up the inside of Maxime Dedix to take the overall race lead and still keep the lead in DD2 Masters. Dedix looks for an undercut on the inside of Picot, but you've got to do better than that to get past the 537 on his home turf, as we got 2 wheels kicking up the dirt, up the inside, through into turn number 1. Well, was that a move from a certain Maxime Dedix on Morgan Riche? It was. Now he goes defensive, returns the favour. And Nicolas Guillaume defends sternly against Enzo Bol. But Nicolas Picot leads the way. Maxime Dedix in 2nd. 3rd, it's Tom Bracken. 4th, it's Morgan Riche, who's gone old school. His front fairing is completely off the cut. The 569 will very shortly be more than likely given the mechanical black flag, and that will end his race. So that that Kart Republic chassis has got no front fairing. There's no protection at the front end of that. And Morgan Riche's feet are now exposed. Nicolas Guillaume looking to try and get through, and he's also battling away with Enzo Bol, so he's between a rock and a hard place at the moment. So it will be a mechanical black flag for Morgan Riche. Up the inside go Guillaume and Bol. I think that Morgan Riche has probably just lifted off the accelerator as if to say, right, okay, I know for a fact that that is the case. Mechanical black flag is now being shown. Oh, this is getting a bit feisty here between Bracken, Picot and Dedix. And Dedix gets through. Bracken nearly looks for the inside off of turn number 5. Tried to stick a nose up the inside of the 499, but Dedix held his ground. Possibly a slight bit of a touch between the two. But no harm, no foul right there. Through the curbing, line astern again. The trio were just covered by 0.34 of a second. Bracken now looking for the race lead from Dedix. Everyone else is going to start closing on in. But Dedix leads the way, going very, very defensive on Bracken out of the final corner. They complete lap number 3. Bracken looking to the inside, and the 418 from Belgium makes it through to take the overall race lead, but Dedix is not done yet. Dedix looking to the outside through at turn number 3. That's going to open the door for Nicolas Picot for a brief moment. And Dedix gets back through on the DD2 Masters race leader in 3rd position. Nicolas Guillaume battling away with Enzo Bol. It was a little bit of a touch. Guillaume wide as a result of a little bit of a squeeze from the 404. They still managed to circulate on the track itself. But Enzo Bol, well, it looks like Tom Bracken looking to pull away, but Nicolas Picot gets through on Maxime Dirix to retake second. Still holds the race lead in DD2 Masters, does the 5.37. Has raced, well, I've commentated on him in a multitude of categories, DD2 being one of them, DD2 Masters, and also when he was running as a senior. So Tom Bracken leading the way, 8 minutes and 55 seconds still remaining on the timer, plus an additional lap. There is Yori Clebot and the 444 of Nicolas Guillaume. That is the battle for 6th position. Karl Clebot, in the meantime, has made his way up into 5th place. Runs P2. Well, he's running with Danny Brandt at the moment, so it's good to see that a Dutchman always likes returning to continental Europe when he's been located in the UAE for quite a few years. Not. As long as it's hot weather, Danny Brandt is absolutely fine. He's absolutely peachy. So 8 minutes and 11 seconds still to go. Tom Bracken's lead now is 0.586 of a second. Picot just puts in the fastest lap of the race, 56.815. Maxime Dirix rounds out the top three. 0.9 separate them. That gap could look to close, but Enzo Bol has been like a freight train at the moment. He's currently in 4th position. And Enzo Bol, on that last lap, did a 56.874. 59 thousandths slower than the fastest driver out there. Nicolas Picot in 2nd place and running as the DD2 Masters class leader. Of course, Morgan Riche, after the his car decided to go old school and have no front bumper on it. Back in the 60s and 70s. He has retired the car on lap number 3. So, Tom Bracken did have a lead of nearly 0.6 of a second. That acts to extend. That is now 3/4 of a second, and he's just put in the fastest lap of the race. 56.750 by the youngster from Belgium. Both he and Enzo Bol, like a few drivers for this year, have actually moved straight away up from juniors to DD2. So Bracken being one of them, Bol being one of them, Maxime Cherko and Thomas Rudokas I have to give a shout out to because they've done exactly the same thing. So personal best improvements on lap pace. In the previous lap, it was Tom Bracken in 1st, Dirix, Bol, Nicolas Guillaume, Yori Clebot, and also Dominic Hummels in the number 577. Ronald Billings still racing out there on the circuit. Great to see him back in the championship. It's been a while since the last time. I think it was last year, maybe. Tom Bracken now expanding his lead even further. He just went 0.2 quicker than Picot in 2nd position, who's really coming under the kibosh from Dirix and Bol, who are 3rd and 4th respectively overall, but 2nd and 3rd in DD2. So this will give Maxime Dirix 52 points in terms of his tally so far this season. Of course, drop scores will really start playing their hand in the final round of the championship, on the first weekend of October this year. As there are the father and son duo, Karl and Yori Clebot. Karl himself a multi-time BNL karting series and Belgian Max Challenge champion. Karl actually took his first title back in 2010 when DD2 Masters was introduced, so he's a 3-time. So both he and him and Christoph Adams have also won that championship. And of course, Danny Brandt won the championship in 2011, the year after Karl. So was the 2nd ever DD2 Masters champion in BNL Karting Series history. Jim Ringelberg is still competing in karting these days. Paul Louveau and Rudy Champion, the only 2 drivers outside of the Benelux region that have actually secured the championship. Champion 2020, Louveau, the outgoing champion, as he took the title last year. Due to conflicts with other championships, he's been unable and a little bit disappointed that he hasn't been able to defend his title, but I'm sure that he'll be going for a ticket for the Grand Finals in Bahrain. Bracken now leads by nearly 1.3 seconds. Pico further expanding his lead over DD2, and that has now gone to close to half a second. Enzo Bolivar, the 3/10 behind. And there are the father and son duo. Father leading son. It's really nice when you see family members like father and son, brother and sister competing. We've also got that with the Anagnosiades family this weekend, not necessarily in the same category, but James running in junior, Ivor running in senior, and we've got the father and son running in DD2 and DD2 Masters, not necessarily in that order when it comes to the classes, but 3.5 minutes to go, and there is still an opportunity for Maxime DD2 to try and close up on Nicolas Picot, but Picot over the last 3 laps has just been consistently faster. Tom Bracken did have a lead that was a little bit less than what we have now, which is 1.6 seconds. Maxime DD2 is still in 3rd place, 2.1 seconds behind Tom Bracken. Enzo Bol still keeping this a 3-horse race for 2nd place as we head into the final 3 minutes plus 1 lap. Now the sun looks to be increasing its intensity. The air temperature now is 24 degrees Celsius. Looks to be very, very sunny right the way through until we conclude the racing action here today at Racing Kart JPR in Ostricourt. And that should be at around about 5, well, depending on any delays or stoppages, probably between 5 and 5:15 this evening. But Tom Bracken comfortably cruising. And now has a 2-second lead. His last lap, well, the last 3 laps have been round about a 56.5 second average. On lap 11, well, the lap they've just completed, lap 11, 56.564. Then lap 10 set the fastest lap of the race of 56.432. Look at the way that they are 2nd, 3rd and 4th are walloping through on the curves on the chicane at the top part of the circuit that goes towards the top right corner, where you start to get twisty and technical, and you still have to use momentum carry quite significantly. It was a 56.432 for Bracken's 10th lap. He's now just done lap 12 and has got even quicker. So he's done a 56.376 this lap, 56.564 last lap, and the previous lap to that, 56.432. So Tom Bracken's run of consistency and pure race trim is nothing to be sniffed at at all. It's actually quite mighty when you can do that at such a consistently high level. And when you think about the young drivers that are now coming into DD2, moving away from seniors, it is quite fascinating how they adapt very quickly from going to direct drive to a non-chain driven gearbox kart. It's still holding on to that third position overall, but is effectively 2nd in DD2. Bracken's going to look to pick up another victory. He's 2 laps away from doing so. Bracken has been absolutely masterful in this one, and he's just put in a 56.5. Picot 56.7. DD2 a 56.7, or close to 56.7. Enzo Bol mid-tier 56.6. Guillaume is also improving. It's just under a 56.7 for the 444. But Bracken has the lead of just over 2.5 seconds. The timer now expires for the DD2 and DD2 Masters pre-final. And here comes the race leader across the line, Tom Bracken. Now sees the final lap board. Picot sees it, a further 2.6 seconds behind him. Maxime DD2 has just put in his fastest lap of the race. It was very, very close to Picot. 56.580 for DD2. Picot 56.703. So coming down to the final throws of what has been an interesting first few races so far here at Racing Kart JPR here in Ostrigor for the third and penultimate round of the 2023 BNL Karting Series season. DD2 really is trying to look for an opportunity in the last few corners. He's right with Picot. Is he going to go for it? The answer might be a definitive yes, but Picot's going to hold on. Enzo Boll trying to get the crossover. Bracken wins the race. Picot takes second. Third goes to DD2. Fourth is Enzo Boll, who, after the start, absolutely bogged down like nobody's business and ended up stone dead last. But he finishes fourth. That puts DD2 second. DD2 in second position in DD2. Enzo Boll in third. So Bracken will pick up a maximum score. Picot will pick up a maximum score as they won their respective classes. So Maxime DD2 in third. Enzo Boll fourth. Nicolas Guillaume fifth. Carl Klebor, Dominic Hummels and Ronald Billings round out the eighth that finished the race. Yuri Klebor, an unfortunate retirement with 3 laps to go. And Morgan Riche with a front fairing going exit stage right did not finish the race and ended on lap number 3.